What's going on, guys? It's the reviewer here, and today we are going to be covering Ready Player One. I'm Hernan, and this is
Brandon.
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 Yes.
Yeah, you already know us. We're
Yes,
back.
we're back
For
again.
round 2.
Yes.
Today we're talking about Ready Player One. Obviously, as you can see by his shirt. I didn't get the shirt because I'm not that nerdy. That's not true, but
You're probably more nerdy than me.
a little bit. But
Well, we're nerdier in our own aspects, but anyways.
yeah, he was the one that dragged me to this movie. I knew nothing about it,
I've
so
been dying to see this movie ever since I read the book. but-
exactly. So I didn't read the book. I didn't know anything about the movie before I saw it. So I'm gonna let him take the reins of this for a little bit and explain really what the movie was about.
Okay, spoiler warning. If you don't want any spoilers, go ahead and stop now. And then if you have already seen the movie, continue on with the video, please. So, Ready Player One is basically based off a book by Ernest Cline. Is like an ode to everything nerd, pretty much. The story the story takes place in a dystopian future where there's nothing to do. Virtual reality is an escape for people. The creator of this virtual reality, this super huge virtual reality place called the Oasis, dies, leaves an Easter egg and $1 trillion to whoever can find the Easter egg and control over the whole Oasis. Essentially, this turns into a battle for control of the Oasis and the trillions of dollars, and it just gets really crazy after that. Do you have anything to add to that?
No, I mean, as far as the storyline, it's a pretty interesting storyline. Something that's definitely relevant for today as we're moving forward into virtual reality. I mean, I have my own VR headset back
Yes.
behind us, and I use that like once a week, but it hasn't gotten so crazy as to where I'm always there.
So we're gonna dig into it. So the actors, I'm a big fan of Ty Sheridan.
Yeah, I don't know anything. Well, I recognized him, but I really don't know what else he was in.
He was Cyclops off X-Men.
Was he really?
Yeah, the new one.
That's why I know him. Then. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, okay, then I do like him as an actor.
Yeah, if you don't know who he is, he played Cyclops of the X-Men.
The new one, obviously.
The newer X-Men, yeah.
After First Class, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
He was in First Class, but yeah, not the older one.
We're not getting into that because all that storyline.
It's so confusing. Yeah, that's a
Yes.
confusing thing. But yeah, I liked his performance. He was very convincing. It was interesting to see how he was more of an extrovert in game, but in reality, he was definitely a little more of an introvert.
He was a little bitch.
He was pretty much, yeah. But then he changes. He changes.
He does.
I mean, it's the girl that changes him, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah. What was her name?
What was her name? Well, I remember her.
I've got it right. Artemis.
That was her-
Samantha.
Samantha. That was her gamer
is her
tag name.
Yeah.
It's Artemis spelled with a 3.
Yeah. R3 Miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a gamer thing. You wouldn't understand.
It is. Well, I'm hoping they would understand.
Yeah.
They're watching us. But no, Olivia Cook, as her name. She was
pretty good. I liked
she was
her.
a pretty good actress. I really liked her. Again, I don't know much about her.
I don't know much about it either. She's fairly new people in this movie. Not really well known. Again, I guess it's kind of like the era of new actors rising to these movies.
I mean, I guess so because I haven't. I haven't seen the only actor that I've seen here that's like a little bigger is Ben Mendelsohn, who was Director Krennic in Rogue One.
Yes.
Really, I really like him as an actor. He's really good. He's really good at playing bad guy, but he's also just a really good actor in general.
He's also very comedic in this one.
He is. He is a comedian.
Which was
guy.
like a little curveball in there because it was like, oh my god, he's a bad guy, but now he's actually kind of funny. And you kind of like him.
My favorite part was probably when he pokes his head over his seat to make sure that no one's
Yes.
there behind him.
Yes, and he's just like he realized he was out of the virtual reality
Yeah.
the whole time. Just like, oh my god.
Yeah, he was still in virtual reality, but it didn't feel like it. That was a pretty good. As for the secondary characters, what do you think?
I think they all
what
were
their names? There was.
I don't remember the actors' names, but I remember like their
What was their
Daito, Show, H.
H? That's it. And
Yeah.
then they're played by, I have it right here, or Lena Waithe.
Yeah.
I think is H, and then T.J. Miller.
You got Philip Zhao.
Yeah, Philip Zhao and Win Murasaki.
There you
Those
go.
are the obviously they're Daito and Show.
And they all play together really well. 'Cause it's like, I don't know if you guys ever made friends outside of like, or on like online.
Yeah.
Because you never know who they're going to be. And so they finally meet, and there's like this whole cast of different people, like they
Mm-hmm.
not what you expect, you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's like different, and one of the people in the movie was H. She says, but what before you think she's a she, that you never know who is out there, who they are. It's
Yeah,
like,
and it played on this really ironic role because she was like really skeptical about Artemis. She's like, you don't know if she's some fat dude living.
yeah,
in some,
and her name is Chuck.
Yeah, and her name is Chuck, and her character's like this big old buff like ogre guy.
Yeah.
And then Parzival or Wade in the movie,
Yeah.
finally meets H, and he's actually a girl.
Yeah.
It was like some gangster Brooklyn girl.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like the most like plot twist ever. But
Was
it
it
was
Brooklyn? I thought they were all from Chicago. Not
Or
Chicago.
Chicago.
Detroit.
Detroit. There you go.
Detroit. Yeah, Detroit.
One of those northern cities I'm not really familiar with.
Yes, I'm a little more familiar with that, but it was very ironic. I thought that was pretty funny.
It was really cool though.
Yeah, it was really cool. The cast of characters was really nice. I really liked them. I loved Simon Pegg being in the movie
Yeah.
as what was his name? Ogden Morrow.
Ogden Morrow, yes.
Yes, he was really
A treat.
yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
and it's interesting. It's a different character than what he normally plays. He normally plays this fumbling goofball like Scotty in Star Trek,
Yes.
Benji in Mission Impossible. His movies like Shaun of the Dead or Paul or what's that one called? Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz?
Is that what it's called? I don't
I
know.
don't
He
remember that
always
one.
plays with Nick Frost, which is ironic because in Tomb Raider, the last review we did, Nick Frost was in that movie. He was the
Right.
pawn shop owner. So I thought that was pretty funny. It's just we watched that movie, he's in there, and then this movie, Simon Pegg's in this, which is I think that's funny. But all the actors and actresses, they did very well. Their performances were very well, and I actually really enjoyed watching the movie.
I did too.
Because I didn't get bored with the characters.
Yeah.
And they were really good actors and actresses, and I thought that it everything melded well together.
Yeah. So on to the next topic of discussion.
Yeah, so,
the overall like
The
video,
atmosphere and the
atmosphere.
scenery. What we see in the movie to begin
It
with.
is nerd heaven, bro. So many Easter eggs, so many little references to other pop culture things.
Yeah.
You know, you got a whole Minecraft world in there. Everybody loves
That
Minecraft.
was probably when I lost it. That was so I don't know why, but it was so funny.
Yeah.
Seeing that whole Minecraft world. It's
Because
something
you
that
knew
I
nothing about this movie.
I
So
didn't,
when
I
I was
swear.
like, trust me, you're a nerd like me. You're gonna love this movie. He's like, okay. And then like the whole when he goes into the Oasis and they talk about it and they're showing everything, he was just like, whoa.
Yeah, I was like I honestly he was the one that he said that the movie was gonna be good. So I was like, okay, I'll go with him.
If I know my nerd buddy like I know myself, he was gonna like the movie.
You know, and I did. I really did. It was super great.
Yes.
There were so many little things. There were scenes where there were so many different little Easter eggs that I couldn't see them all at once.
It's very overwhelming, especially
Yeah.
if you know these references. You're kind of in each scene. You're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
It's like you saw Deadpool.
Yeah, I
but
saw
I didn't.
Deadpool.
I missed it.
I saw some Mortal Kombat characters.
Yeah.
I saw Tracer from Overwatch. It's a big thing going on right now.
I saw that
Tracer,
one. I saw the Spartans.
the Iron Giant,
The Spartans from Halo.
The Spartans from Halo.
The
Of
Ninja
course, they're all
Turtles.
played by like 18-year-old kids.
Yeah, right.
Well, not 18-year-old, like 14-year-old kids, because obviously.
There was Spartans. The even like the older games too, like Adventure.
Adventure.
I thought that was pretty cool. Asteroids.
Asteroids too.
Pac-Man. I think Pac-Man was there too.
I didn't. Maybe.
I feel like it. If it wasn't, it should have been. But
Probably would have.
there were like a whole bunch of older games too that I thought was interesting.
It's just like just nerd heaven, bro.
Yeah, and the atmosphere of like these worlds was also pretty cool. I think.
It's very like a video game because you got one world that's like super chaotic and like guns and
Yeah.
shooting and violence and giant monsters, and then you go off to another world and it's kind of like just like, oh, I'm just golfing with these planets, like.
Yeah, right. Where you just golf and it's freaking
Yeah, so
bouncing off different little rocks
Yeah.
in space.
They also had a reference to The Shining as well, which
Okay,
is
yes,
super
that-
sick.
I definitely wanted to get to that. The Shining.
The Shining.
That was really. It made me voice crack just thinking
Dude,
about
H
it.
was like,
it
I've never
scary.
seen this movie. You know,
Right?
scary movies.
And who was it? It was Show. who is like, I have to watch it through my fingers.
And you don't know who these characters are prior to like all these, so you're just getting kind of their personality.
Yeah.
But you don't see who they are, so you're like, why would you have to watch The Shining through your fingers? It's not that scary. It's pretty scary, but not that scary.
Exactly.
You finally meet Sho, and you're like, oh my god, this mega superstar player is actually like 11 years old. So that's where you're like, oh, I get it now.
Mm.
Yeah. So everything kind of just connects, and then.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool how the Shining, it was recreated so well digitally that it was I don't know,
Literally, in the way they incorporated these animated characters into the Shining
exactly
thing, it was just like, whoa.
It was just awesome seeing the hotel again in a different movie.
My favorite scene though is whenever they're like, they find the third Easter egg, which is the second Easter egg, which is the Shining. And they go back to headquarters. They're like, we just have to get past the second Easter egg, The Shining, and like it was showing all the virtual reality players.
Yeah, the IOI.
It was showing all these virtual reality players trying to beat this level. And it's like a horror level. And they're all like, oh my
they're all freaking out.
And you see all their lines like lighting up red from when they're like dying.
It's
like, this is so funny, dude.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I liked it. And on to like the CGI, very good.
Very impressive.
It was very impressive.
It was very sleek. It wasn't like done like realistically. It was enough to look like really nice, but not like kind of like play on the video game aspect.
It was made like I noticed that a lot of it looked like it actually does in like the video games or the movies. Like the Iron Giant looked exactly like it used to in the movie, which was interesting. Even though it was newer, it still looked the same, and it had that familiarity to it.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of cool. I mean, I really like the Iron Giant. That was a really cool reference for me because I like
Mechagodzilla and Gundam in there. Jesus
that was so
Christ,
funny.
That was so epic.
That was so funny. As for like I'm trying to think where like the there were different planets. I can't remember. There was Planet Doom. There was the headquarters planet.
Mm-hmm.
There was what else? I mean, there were other planets that...
Obviously, Minecraft planet.
But, I mean, there were a whole bunch of different things that they made for
It's a whole universe. It's not
it's a whole universe, and you can't really name every planet. But as for the scenery in the real world, that was also kind of cool, because there was, like, obviously, the city, and then there was... Which kind of looked run down, and then the towers? That's what it's called?
Yeah, the stacks.
The stacks.
Yeah.
The stacks, where Wade lives, which is a pretty horrible place.
It kind of shows people that how virtual reality can be an escape for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because it kind of plays on the aspect of like the video game world is like an escape. It's like this fantasy place you want to be at, and then it takes you back to like the stacks where Wade lives, and it's kind of like, oh god, this is not pretty at all.
Exactly.
And it kind of fits into real world things. Like a lot of us find comfort in video games as opposed to real life things. It's kind of depressing, but
that's true. I mean, I can definitely relate to that. Sometimes video gaming is kind of an escape from all the stuff that we have to do.
Yeah, and then I kind of get the whole like reference to it all. You know, it's kind of like, hey, this is what our reality is.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of just makes you feel like, I don't know. It's kind of relatable, mostly to people our age, I think.
Yeah, I get it.
Of course, my dad, who's in his 50s, loved the movie.
Did he saw it too?
He did.
Yes.
And even he saw it, loved it, so much so because he even understood some of the references in the movie.
Yeah.
Like the older games and some of like the newer stuff.
It's for every like nerd of every ages because it covers everything from like the old Atari to like the new Halo virtual reality kind of stuff. So it's just like, you know, this is for all you nerds out there.
Yeah. Because I know he's told me a whole bunch of stories about playing video games, and he's even played some games with me. I know he really likes playing Call of Duty with me, and he'll play Battlefield every now and then.
Yeah.
Madden. But, like, it's just interesting how, even though it's a movie made for the younger generations, it's still... He can still relate to it, and I know a whole bunch of other people can, too. And
it's like a little wink to you older generations, like, hey, we didn't forget about you.
Exactly. There are older games in there, too.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
But yeah, and I mean, I loved all the references. There were so many that I can't even.
I want to watch that movie again already.
So do I. I do too. And I think that would be really cool.
Yeah. To
watch again. Just to, this time looking for the different stuff.
Yeah.
Just trying to see what I missed.
It's one of those movies where you have to watch the first time for the story and everything, and the second time it's kind of like a treat. You're just like, oh, let me see how much like little Easter eggs I can find, and you're just like pointing stuff out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because there's the Easter eggs in the movie, and then there's like, they're actually trying to find
The
Easter eggs.
Yeah.
In order to win the
I feel like the
controlling
theme of this
stock.
movie is like Easter egg. It's like
Yeah.
everywhere.
What did you think of Mark Rylance's performance as Halliday? Because I forgot to mention that before.
It was very emotional because he kind of played this distant character who, I don't know. I kind of got teary-eyed a little bit at the very end.
Yeah.
When he was like, "Thank you for playing my game." I'm like, oh, bro.
Yeah.
Right in the feels.
It was a little emotional. I mean, he was an introvert that created this world to help other people like him.
To help other introverts, yeah.
Yeah, other people like him to become more open, which I thought, was kind of emotional.
It was sad.
It was kind of sad because especially because he was also sad about losing his relationship with Mogdo.
I forgot her name.
Morrow.
Yeah.
Ogden Morrow, not his.
His best friend.
Not Susan.
Oh,
Susan
okay.
Lynch.
Okay.
Susan.
Okay.
That's the actress's name. Alice. But yeah, it was kind of. It had that emotional pull.
It did.
And
it
even
did
at the end of the
very
movie, which I don't want to spoil too much, even at the end of the movie when Sorrento, Ben Mendelsohn, when he, is about to try and finish the job, even he doesn't. He doesn't because he's still a person.
You see Parzival or what's his name, Wade, crying, and it's just like he realized he just got the Easter egg and it's all over.
Yeah.
So
it's like, which, I mean,
damn.
Technically that would be a big spoiler, but, let's be honest here. Obviously the good guy's going to win in the end, so.
He couldn't have. I mean, he had every opportunity to kill him.
That is true. He did.
So it's just on the heart, bro.
Yep. But I really liked the movie. I thought it was very, very well put together.
Yes.
Everything fit well. The soundtrack was amazing.
Oh, soundtrack! I loved it.
I do feel like he loved the movie a lot more because he read the book.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. I couldn't really get that connection, but I still really liked it. So, do you have any final notes to say about this movie?
Go watch the movie. Go play video games. Read the book. All of it. Be obsessed with this movie because I am.
Yeah, he's obsessed.
I'm obsessed.
I kind of want to see it again too. So I feel like we should see it again because it was pretty good, and I really liked it. And as for my final notes, I think that I have a really hard time finding places where it lost momentum.
It didn't, because it was kind of like, it was really intense, and you're like coming down from that intensity, and it's like building back up, and then intense again.
Yeah.
And then it kind of like, it's just like a wave, but it doesn't like let up. It's kind of like satisfaction on the whole level.
Yeah. And then, oh, yes. The main thing that I don't want to forget to mention, it played with the idea of a love story pretty
nerd
well.
love story.
A nerd love story pretty well.
He fell in love with her and he didn't even meet her yet, bro.
Exactly. At the beginning, it was like, what the hell, man? What's going on? But towards the middle and the end, it fit well. It wasn't, the whole movie and storyline didn't move to that. You know? It kind of flowed well with everything that was going on and didn't fight each other for main points in the movie. Which
they
I
both
thought
had their
was,
equal time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty cool. And I liked that about it. I definitely think that that, for example, was put together well. So, but out of 10, definitely, I want to give it...
I'm really biased, so...
Yeah, he's biased.
I'm not giving...
I really think that it deserves maybe an 8.5.
I'd say an 8.5 is good, yeah.
I feel like that would... Because it definitely could have been a little better.
Yeah, everything could be better. But...
Yeah, it's really hard to have a perfect movie. It's really hard to have a perfect
Can't please everybody.
Yeah, but I think that it deserved that. There were some faults.
Yeah, a little bit here and there.
Yeah. I mean, every movie has faults, but this movie was very good. It was put together, had a great cast of characters. The storyline was fantastic. I don't know. How well did it follow the book?
It followed it pretty well. You can't really see a lot of the references from the book because they don't really mention a lot, but it's kind of just like they'll just throw some in there from the movie.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like you get a little bit more extra from the movie than you do the book, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because the book can only mention so much. And
Yeah.
the movie, we're like, we're just going to throw it all in there at once.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think it was very good. That's why I 8.5.
Definitely also a movie you don't have to read the book to watch the movie. I don't, because you haven't read the book.
No, I haven't read the book,
But you followed it pretty well.
But I followed it pretty well.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I needed to have any background knowledge of it. So it was good, and I definitely recommend any of you watching to watch this movie.
Oh, don't they also have like an Oasis game for like the VR?
They do. They actually did come out with the Oasis game, and I guess we can talk about that too.
Because you're mentioning me, I don't know if you played it yet or not.
I have played a little bit of it, so I will just mention. So far, it has been pretty good. I have enjoyed it a little bit. We might do a little review once both of us can have ample time. The problem with it is right now it is in beta, so there are some problems, there are some glitches, there are some things that don't work properly.
I want the final product.
Yes, that would be cool. I would love to have something, maybe not exactly the same as what we see in the movie, but something a little more similar. I mean, it's a work in progress. It just came out. So
I wonder if the movie, like, they can, like, I don't know, because they have these really high-tech virtual reality suits where you can, like, feel each other. So it just leaves a lot of questions in mind.
That does leave a lot of questions in mind. For example, in the movie, Ben Mendelsohn, Sorrento, gets kicked in the nuts. And he feels it.
He feels everything.
Which begs the question, to me, is why wear the piece that he has right there? Because you see him take it off after he gets hit. Just that piece, though.
Because you play better when you're under fear.
Yeah, well, I have fear getting shot, and that'll hurt, but I don't need to get kicked in the nuts to feel that fear.
Yeah.
Because that's a little pain. That's a lot of pain. And I can guarantee
what if he
you
was doing some other things with virtual reality down there? I'm just saying.
Okay, maybe
I'm just trying to keep an open mind here.
Maybe that.
I don't know how advanced your technology is.
Well, it's more advanced than us, that's for sure.
Definitely.
But
oh God, I can't picture. Never mind.
Let's just get to let's just put that to rest.
I'm a strong, good Christian man. I'm just...
But yeah. So, movie was great. Again, the VR experience. I can't say much about it because it's still in beta. So I'm giving it a pass on everything because you can't really judge something that's that new, that underdeveloped as like a full game.
Because it's gonna be shit. You know, it's gonna be shit.
Yeah, I mean it's in a beta, so it's not gonna do well. It's not a game that's been in beta for like 2 years. It's a beta that's been out like
probably the movie came out.
Yeah, it hasn't been out long. I can't remember the exact date, but March is when it came out. I can tell you that it was late March. So
just crappy video games. I'm glitched inside a wall.
Right? But anyway, as for the movie, go see it. If you haven't seen it, definitely go see it, obviously. If you've seen it again, see it again.
And again.
And again.
Maybe they'll make part 2. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. You just keep going.
I need it!
But yeah, so I really liked it. He really liked it.
I loved it.
Sorry. My bad. He loved it.
I got it tattooed on my... I'm just kidding.
He's got it
right. I was that obsessed.
Right,
just, like,
it's just tattooed on your back.
Like all the characters just...
Right. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you do have any suggestions, anything you'd like to see us review, look at, talk about, play,
challenge,
anything, just leave it in the comment section below. And yeah, I hope you guys have an excellent day, night, week, month, year, everything, all of the above.
Life.
Yeah. So thank you guys, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Later.
Bye.